scientific explanation for their madness. For thousands of years, these families have practiced inbreeding between sisters and brothers, uncles and nieces, mothers and sons, to keep the power and wealth all in the family. This practice of inbreeding over thousands of years has produced a clever but pathological breed of conscienceless, sociopathic families who will stop at nothing to own every ounce of gold, every drop of water, and every blade of grass on planet Earth. The United Nations, which they founded and control, has clearly stated its goals of establishing a new world order, a UN standing army, and a global taxation system. The Queen's husband, Prince Philip, and Evelyn Rothschild have already established an interfaith declaration for the creation of one world religion. What would life be like in this world empire with one world religion, one world army, one world economy, one world court, one world media, one world government, and one world dictator? What the public doesn't know is that Karl Marx's Communist Manifesto and the Russian Constitution have been built into the UN Charter, and that the New World Order will be a communist world order. Peace on earth will be a forced peace in which citizens will have no rights. No right to bear children without approval, no right to travel without authorization, no right to own private property, no right to privacy, no right to bear arms, no right to protest, no right to receive an inheritance, no right to choose an education or a job or even a place of residence, and worst of all, no right to live. The right to live will be based on an individual's rating of usefulness to the royal elite. In this planned world without borders or nations, citizens will be disarmed of all weapons, including handguns, and will have no means to protest, fight, resist, or challenge this one world authority who will control them spiritually, economically, and militarily. Every human being will be electronically tattooed and will become helplessly dependent on this one world authority for all of their most basic needs. The masses will eventually be taught to bow down and worship this one world dictator who will rule the entire world from his eternal throne in Israel. This future world ruler will prove himself to be a descendant of Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene, and will therefore be accepted by the Christian world. Some will even view him as the Savior and Messiah. As a professed descendant of Christ and a proponent of world religion, he will also be accepted by Buddhists, Hindus, and the Eastern world, where Jesus Christ reportedly lived, studied, and preached Eastern philosophy. Since he is a descendant of the Hebrew tribes of Israel, he will also be accepted by Hebrews and Jews worldwide. By marrying a Muslim woman, he will win the acceptance of the Muslim world.
Now, all of this is actually what she is saying has been foretold and written. We do know in the Bible it says that the Antichrist will not be attracted to women, will not want women or anything like that. And we all know that they believe that Jesus and Mary Magdalene were together. They've tried to say that in the Lord's Supper that beside of him is Mary Magdalene and that they buried a child together before he was crucified. So I just want to clear that up. But this was kind of a little way for me to let you know what is going on and what they're, this is, I know I needed to go back a little bit because my channel is new and just starting out. And this is a little recap just to let you know a few things about the royal elites and the elites in general. Even the politicians, they are some part and some strand of some sort of bloodline that all goes back to the main bloodlines. They could be branched off. With the committee of 300, which is a table, and it is 300 people that are the closest to the bloodline, which we know that if they were truly a part of the bloodline, they'd be dead by now. These are the closest descendants of the bloodlines. So you would have, of course, a head of the Rothschild, Rockefeller, all of that. And we know that Queen Elizabeth is also one of them. Also, there is an Arizona Wilder, also known as the Black Queen. And this is someone that has been known to try to shapeshift, and people have said that they could see her when she shapeshifted, and they said it looked like a reptilian, and that the reason that she would do this was because it makes her taller and it makes her stronger, and she would rip people's heart out and, eat it. Like you see in all of the vampire and werewolf and all of the stuff that is being forced in front of our eyes, we see them continuously taking their hands and shoving it through someone's heart and squeezing their heart, moving it around, trying to cause people harm, or just straight yanking it out. And we've seen this a lot in the movies, and we've been subconsciously programmed to be okay with it, subliminal messaging. But that is just something that a lot of people have been talking about, something to think about. But I'm going to end the video here, that way it's not too long. But here's a little recap for some people that might not know this information, and I am going to keep making videos, and they won't all be like this one, but this one I thought was just a really good way to recap everybody if they didn't know and weren't aware of the information. God bless you. Stop looking down, start looking up, and I'll see you soon.